McLeod Carleton.
My question is to the Premier. Given the OPP-ITO's multiple references to David Nicholl in his alleged role as head of the Ontario Public Service IT Department with respect to the deletion of emails and the destruction of hard drives in the former Premier's office, in particular his poor judgment and his gross insubordination of Peter Wallace, the Cabinet Secretary, and his disreputable orders to his staff, does the Premier agree that Mr. Nicholl should step aside as head of the Public Services IT Department until the end of the OPP investigation?
Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I know that the member opposite understands that there is an investigation ongoing, and we learned of allegations last Thursday about a particular individual who was staff in the former Premier's office, and I really believe, Mr. Speaker, that we should let the investigation unfold.
Thank you. Supplementary.
There are clear passages and exchanges that put Mr. Nicholl's impartiality in the OPS at risk. For example, after a meeting on January 30th, Mr. Nicholl met with Tom Stenson, a manager of information technology services for the Cabinet Office, and Rolf Gitt, a senior analyst, and told him to give Mr. Livingston administrative rights to the computers. Mr. Nicholl told them the request came directly from the Premier's office, but Mr. Stenson told police he had never heard of such a request in 27 years as he worked for the OPS, and that such a request is usually reserved for IT personnel. He said that was an unusual request, and I don't think that's been done anywhere. Further, Mr. Nicholl told the police that Mr. Hume told him on January 31st to go ahead and provide the access to Mr. Livingston. Mr. Hume does not require
the Minister of the Environment will come to order.
Approval. Finally, one day the person at the center of this scandal said, Mr. Nicholl gave me some sort of access, but I didn't know anything about it and what to do with it. These revelations are damning. Will you
Thank you. Premier.
I know that the Government House Leader is going to want to speak to some of the details, but Mr. Speaker, I will just say again, there is an investigation ongoing, and it is very important that all of us in this House, I believe, allow that investigation to unfold as it should, Mr. Speaker. We have taken extraordinary actions to open up this process, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that there was a committee in place with a scope that was able to look at all of the issues involved in the relocation of the gas plants, Mr. Speaker. That was something I took on, I committed to. I have done that, Mr. Speaker. There's an investigation going on. We need to let it unfold.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Premier, it is clear that this individual, Mr. Nicholl, has put his own personal and his friend's political, David Livingston's interests beyond that of the public service. There is, I think, a very clear line between being loyal to the public service and having integrity within the province and actually giving unfettered access to a rogue hacker to get inside the Premier's office, as this individual clearly did, and as the OPP-ITO clearly demonstrates. I am asking the Premier to be responsible today. I am asking her to put the people first. I am asking her to do the right thing and have this individual step aside until the Justice Committee completes its work and until the OPP conclude their investigation. That is the right thing to do. Will you do the right thing, or will you continue to do what Liberals do best and try to hide from the public?
Thank you. Proceed, please. Thank you. Premier.
Government House Leader.
House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think we all enjoyed that episode of MPP Carleton CSI. But the fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, there is an OPP investigation going on, and I think we leave it up to the OPP to conduct that investigation. If the honourable member wants to take a look at the court document that she's quoting, I would direct her to Appendix D, involved person. There is one person that the allegations, which are not proven, Mr. Speaker, is directed against. That's the former Chief of Staff of Premier Dalton McGuinty. Other people involved that she's raising today, let's look at the list. We have the Member of Provincial Parliament for North Bay, the Member of Provincial Parliament for Cambridge, the Member of Provincial Parliament for Toronto Danforth. The point being, Mr. Speaker, there is a long list of individuals that the OPP have spoken with to reach a conclusion, which is in this document, something that has not been proven yet against the former Chief of Staff.
I'm beginning to hear some heckles that I find very dangerously close to unparliamentary, and I will call the person on it.